Okay, so we wanted to ask, as far as these kids, I know, well, no, we read and we spoke to an agency, and they mentioned that, like you said, these processes are long for kids. You have to keep them monitored. So if you are taking, it probably takes what, a year, 2 years, whatever it takes, education wise, you have to pull them from the schools because you can't have them around other kids. Now, we know, how does that work with insurances? I know they're willing to pay for emotional help and psychological help, but not for educational assistance.
Okay, a lot of the kids that end up in these situations where there's been sexual abuse, or they're the perpetrators or the victims, usually end up in foster placement.
Okay.
And once you end up in foster placement, you're removed from the area that you were previously. So with that, you're kind of isolated somewhat. With that in mind, then, the foster family and the social workers get involved to make sure that they constantly observe, monitor, and separate those children in their placement. They have to attend school, at usually a public school. There's no way out of it. There's no special ed school unless they're diagnosed with some type of special education disorder involving learning disabilities or what they call severe emotional disturbance.
Okay.
Beyond that, though, the treatment by the state usually involves people who accept Medi-Cal. And the problem there is this, that a lot of psychologists won't accept Medi-Cal and because the payment is so low. And so therefore, a lot of these kids go untreated, or the treatment is inconsistent, or, as you say, really difficult for the parents to get treatment for their children who have been abused or are perpetrators. And this is a real difficult issue in the system because not a lot of psychologists will want to take victims or perpetrators of sexual abuse. The other concern is that a lot of psychiatrists will not deal with children under 18 years of age. So if a child has some type of mental disorder, schizophrenia, bipolar, some type of diagnosis that requires medication, a lot of psychiatrists will not work with these children because, again, medications are tested on adults, are not tested on children. So therefore, it's a real difficult area for psychiatrists legally.